I'm Zander and I'm the cashback coordinator here at the Rangers Charity Foundation.
I'm Jordan and I'm an community assistant at the Rangers Charity Foundation.
So I'm a carer for my mum. My mum's got spina bifida. She is a full-time wheelchair user, and as well as that, got challenges with it. In the last few years, there's been quite a lot of surgeries. I care for my mum, and we've now got home helping and things like that, but it's basic things such as just helping her with she needs a drink and filling up water bottles, or sometimes more complex things are going like transferring her from bed to chair to a car so she can go out and still have a social life as well. So it changes all the time. It's some days you need to do more, some days you need to do less. Me and my girlfriends have said like, oh, we'll move in together and that, but like until the surgeries calm down as well, like even last year, away for that as well, my dad had a big spinal injury as well, so until things are settled or as settled as they're going to be, so I'll be at home.
Mine's is slightly different for Xander. So mine's was my mum's got gastroparesis and she had a bowel prolapse as well, which meant she was basically just sick every single day. She couldn't really, there wasn't a day that she could wake up and be like, I don't know how I'm going to feel kind of thing. So mine's was literally showering her, taking care of younger siblings, taking care of kind of financial issues, so all forms for anything that she needed done, attending all her appointments with her, and even attending like tribunals and stuff myself for anything that she needed sportly. Mine's is mostly slightly different. I didn't know what I was doing day to day. I mean, like if we woke up, I'd have to kind of make food, shower her, like I said, take siblings to school, kind of make sure everything was running fine in the house. Probably after I had my own daughter, so she was quite young, not even a couple of months old, and it was actually one of the health visitors that basically said to me, "You do know this is what this comes under as a kind of carer. You should be getting some support."
My caring role has gotten more intense through time, but I remember like it'd be just helping them out with little things, and then it got bigger things, and because it's in the house, you don't realise because no one tells you you're a carer. It just sort of fell into it, and then I was in secondary, and my mum got in touch with like, my pastoral care teacher, and they're like, "No, you're a carer. These are these supports out there for me." So I used to go to like a little respite group once a week and get sort of support for like a carer's support group. So when I was with teenagers my own age and stuff like that, and we're sort of speaking about it and stuff, I went, "No, actually, I am." When we're going out and doing like activities for respite or whatever, it was good to be around people that I just understood that, no, I can't do this, or this is happening in a way for here that you want to maybe share with like boys I played football with or whatever. So it was being around sort of similar age people at that time certainly helped. It took away a sort of stigma to it as well.
I think it was difficult, but like I said, you can still go out with your mates and that. But I think it's more with it being able to say to them, "Oh, I've got this to do at home." It was just like, I can't come and be, or I mean, I can't do this without actually an explanation as to why.
What I noticed as well is like where I play football, it'd be like a pitch no far would play, but it'd be one maybe like an extra mile away that was better, bigger, better goals. But I would be like, no, I need to go to this one. But everyone got, why, Mark, could just stay. But it was just because I had to be closer in case anything happened. So they were the sort of wee things that you didn't even notice. You were making changes in your social life without even thinking. It was sort of subconscious. You're going, no, I only go to that one, so I'm nearby. And
I think it's more you can't be out too long in case you do that. Even because for my mum, she maybe would phone me or say, "I need you to come do this." But it's more that subconscious thing of what if she does need something, or you know what I mean, what if something's not going right in the house.
it's no one of these things that you get labelled. No one just comes up to you and goes, that's you're a carer now. And for some, the transition into the role, like for me, I wasn't a carer. At first, I was having what you would call a normal childhood, and then through time it happened, and because it morphed into it over time, you don't realise it. It's just going, oh, that's just what I do. That's just what I do, rather than it being, say, something I've always done, or say where there's been like a big injury or something like that, and then you go. So I think people don't realise that is because it's, for some it's all they know, and for some it just happens over time that no one does just come up to you and label you with it. It's just, that's hard to word really, how you know.
Unless you've got somebody that's fully dependent on you 24/7, you probably don't see yourself as a carer that way. Unless you've got kind of a person at home that's got needs that must be met 24/7, or maybe people are looking after them as well, then you don't really see that as a you being the carer. It's just like that's day-to-day life.
You can't look too far in advance, because you don't know how things are going to look. Like, a time when mum like, when's your next appointment, when's this, when's that, to make sure she can get there and stuff like that. So some of the challenges are then just forward planning, and other ones as well is just energy. Like, that's it. It can take its toll on you. So for me, that's some of the challenges. And I notice as well when things aren't great with like sort of home life, that then overlaps into other parts of my life, my social life, my work life, and maybe I'm not doing my work to the best ability because I'm focusing on it, but nothing's going in, or I'm making mistakes I wouldn't make, because we've had a district nurse out at 4 in the morning, so I'm tired. And so for me, there are some of the challenges, the focusing on other things, no being able to look too far forward, and then that doesn't just stay in its box, it then goes into your social life and work life as well. We've had lately like quite a lot of like home visits during the night, and that means that I'm not getting 6, 8 hours sleep. Sometimes it's 3, and you're going in here, and I know it's my own choice, but like, I do a lot of coaching at night, so it's not like I switch off at 5. Sometimes I'll then get in it, if my mum's in hospital, so that's different, but I'll get in at like 8, eat 9, sleeping for 10, and then be awake for like 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So, and then the mental thing of going just always on your mind sometimes. So that's what I would sort of say about that one.
I think more the challenges is, like you're saying, just trying to balance everything, so we could never plan it either. Like, we didn't know if she was going to wake up be sick that day or not. There's times that we did have stuff planned and she'd wake up ill, therefore you had to just cancel plans and everything.
My respite for everything is Rangers, which is just the way it's sort of always been. So I go to matches when I can. Like, I've got my season ticket for home games. I go to most away games. So my respite would be being with my mates, watching Rangers, and going for a few pints and stuff like that. That's my respite. Because see, when you're together with just all your pals, it's, you can switch off to a point. So that'd be that, or going out for meals and stuff like that. I enjoy being out. So my respite, for some people, respite might be sort of, I'll go for, like, I'll sit in my room, I'll listen to a podcast, I'll do that, whatever. My sort of one way of dealing with things is being social and going out a bit. Like, I think being around people, being connected to people, helps massively for most things.
I think mine's as well was probably when you had the chance going out with your mates, or just even taking fun out. It's probably just taking Callie out for the go and do something. Callie's a big help, but Callie's also very emotional, so when she sees anybody kind of being sick or even like slightly hurt, I think she feels it more than us. So I think going out for days out and just going doing different things takes her mind off stuff as well.
School took priority, which, see, looking back, my mum probably went without some certain support in like busy times of year, like coming up for prelims or coming up for exams. It was, and my dad and my sister would help more with that, so she'd probably go way out more, or that would increase the caring load for my sister and my dad. and then going into work, the days are then longer. You're sort of 9 till 5 or whatever, and then you're going like my mum spent all her time in hospital in the last year, so it'd be like finishing at 5 and work to then go up to the hospital to then whatever, and then it has an effect on like your diet and stuff because you're then leaving the hospital at 8 o'clock. You've no ate, so then you're fueling your body with rubbish really. So that was a hard one, and then you're then home at 8:30 doing washings to then go again. So it's that you burn out quick without realising you burn out, and you prioritise that, and something's got to give somewhere else when you're devoting so much time and energy to one thing.
School was a priority, but for me it would be kind of getting up and dealing with my mum in the morning. And if I was late, I was late. There was no, I mean, school never had really any support in place either, but I don't think they were made fully aware. So for them, it was just, you're kind of slacking off a wee bit. But the same again, you go to school and it'd be if they need it, and then you've got to kind of leave. That's the reality. If something goes wrong, then you've got to be there. Mindful went for just having kind of my mum to look after and dealing with siblings to then having my own child, and it was a lot, but
So when I was younger, I used to go to a sort of a carers group, and it was, I forgot the full official name of it, but it was like based for people in the west of Glasgow. So how I found out that was through school. It was my pastoral care teacher, and that support looked in different ways. Is education's a big thing, and a lot of carers miss out on it. But at our like respite group, we'd have like private tutors that would come in, and you'd have people there that could help you with your work. But as well as that, it gave you opportunities to come up with like coping mechanisms and self-talk strategies and things like that. Some I still use now, and that's been like 12 years ago since I last went to one of them. So they were some of the things they'd help. Now I would say I don't really have much support, but I'd say that's on my own doing. I've got ways I deal with things, and it works. But I think what's good to know as well though is knowing that if and when I need it, there is support there. It's not the case of going, well, I don't need it now, so I'm never going to get it. So that's why I think sort of the work we're doing with the Carers Trust is massive as well. I was able to go to school, whereas people that came at my sort of carers group weren't due to their caring roles, or they had a part-time timetable because of whatever reason, and that's probably going to impact them longer term. So it's good that there's something to help bridge that gap, to give people these opportunities as well. And it's not just for the high performing ones that are aiming for sort of university and stuff like that. It's good that it gives people that base level. It makes it an even playing field again. So I was buzzing when I found that out, we were doing the scholarship stuff. My mum felt guilty. Obviously she shouldn't, but she did, because she feels like just due to the way she is, that's putting her children at a disadvantage. Whereas I'd like to think we've ended up all right, so she done well. But that was a big one. It does take a toll on the person receiving care as well, because I just think it's just how humans are. With my role with Cashback, is I deal with sort of loads of people from disadvantaged backgrounds, and I think it's allowed me to maybe understand them a little bit more, and understand that every behaviour it's a sort of form of communication. So you're going, is there a reason they're acting like that? And it's made me maybe dig a wee bit deeper into people, so that we can then help them get support. And for some, when people go like, oh, you don't know what it's like, I don't, but I know similar. So it allows me to be more relatable. So I actually think in a way it's helped me in my job as well, but it's definitely made me more resilient, empathetic, probably matured a lot faster as well. I'm not saying I didn't have sort of normal childhood, normal teenage, but there was certain responsibilities, and I was more aware sort of the big bad world earlier on in life than some of my pals who still haven't matured.
probably getting into the world of work quicker was, you had a lot more patience. You got in, like you knew something had to be done, you done it. Still went out with your mates and stuff, but there was more a kind of focus on when something needs done, it's important that it's done for me. So then I still have that lookout. Like, I'll kind of self isolate myself away rather than ask people, but I like to deal with it on my own, just purely because that's what we've kind of always done, is deal with it on our own. Like, you pick up on other people just because you've been through a similar thing, so you know when there's something going wrong. And like you're saying in the school groups, you have a lot more patience with them because you don't know what's going on at home. So actually taking them aside and kind of having a chat with them to find out more information about it, I think that's more the positive for me, is you then build a lot of kind of trust in other people, I suppose, when it comes to the kind of groups.
For a lot of the for a lot of people, see, even if there isn't a caring role away for here, whatever, going, for a lot of them, they see us, they do care about me. They're trying a bit. There's a lot of, just because of teachers, whatever, they've maybe got a class of 30 and there's only one. We probably pick up on the more acute sort of things. So I think that helps them understand that what we do here is actually we do care, and letting them know that, if they need support, we're here, and then we've got support with like Jane, our counsellor, as well, and that just letting people know that it's not the case that they turn up and they go home. We can have more sort of wrap around support for them. It doesn't define you. It's not that I don't want people to see someone as just, they care for such and such. People have their own lives. They're their own person. So they're a person who just happens to care for someone, rather than just be defined as they're a carer, they're a carer, they're a carer. Or some people go, they've got it really difficult. They're always looking after such and such. Whereas you can be a carer and enjoy it and be happy and have your own life. So I don't want people, that's my big thing, don't just see someone as a carer, see them as sort of who they actually are. I got called an inspiration one time. I'm like, I'm really no. Like, me and my mum were laughing. Like, I'm really no. I'm like, we were in Sainsbury's. I'm like, well, there's nothing inspirational about doing a food shop. It's right. So that's what I said. I just want people to see it as being, it's just how it is. It is, and that's a big one for me. Is like, even in here, I don't keep my caring role private or quiet forever. But when I spoke to you, you're like, oh, I didn't know. Know that you should know whatever, because you just see me as a person. Whereas some people just go, they're a carer and that's them and that's all they do. Whereas I've got my own job, coach way for it, I do this. Like, so there's so much more to people than just their role. And I used to go to it. I used to go to Young Carers Festival. It was like somewhere in Edinburgh, a big field. Yeah. And you'd go camping for a week with your pals. It was the best ever. Jelly, so good.
Oh, that's really
I went I even went back as a volunteer and stuff like that because I became too old and I still wanted to go. Some of my pals that would go away couldn't maybe get a summer holiday because of caring commitments due to the money side of it, because whoever came in for can't work. So it gave people respite first and foremost, but memories, I would still go on holiday and I was like, oh, I loved going there. So it's got to silent disco and things like that. I thought it was great. So the memories that these people will get, but it means that during their time away from school and that time, they've got something to look forward to as well, because see, summer holidays as a teenager's boring. It's so boring. So it allows them to have something to look forward to, and it's different. So we were Glasgow West, but I made sort of friends for the borders to Aberdeen, whatever, because bring all these girls together. So you made loads of pals, a big social event. It was just really good to have loads of these people together. I loved it. I really did. That's the silent disco, pure like that was class. What I noticed when I would go to it as well, no, people wouldn't even ask you like, "Oh, who do you care for? What's it that?" It was like we're all here, and it was normal, if you know what I mean, to be a carer.
They're kind of part of the same team, I
It's a
suppose.
big community.
No matter what you're doing, then doesn't matter. I suppose it doesn't matter what the caring responsibility is. It's just the purpose of it. So you're all here for the same thing.
Our support's been really good. Like, our boss Jamie's spot on. He understands it. He's empathetic. So it might be that like maybe a wee extra 10 minutes to go and sort this or whatever. So he understands, because I think if your head's in the right place and this like part of your life going well, it coincides with your work to make sure your work goes well. But especially with some of the partnership work we do, and as well as that with the young people we work with, that we understand how important it is. We're also able to get sort of support through the Nightingale group if we need it. So we can get confidential help that the workplace sort of fit the bill for, but they don't know about if we need to use it. So for me, there's loads of support here at Rangers Charity Foundation.
Like you said, there's massive amount of support, so even like for instance in the morning, if we're kind of get tied up with stuff or running late, just give Junior a message. And it's not one of the ones where you're kind of worried about being late. It's like, get in when you can, do what you need to do first. The same if you're kind of having to leave for a certain reason. Having access to a trauma counsellor based in, you don't have to have like it's just an informal chat, make sure you're alright. We have our kind of wee wellbeing sessions on kind of Fridays as well, so even then they'll check in. Especially I think for Jenny, for us, he'll kind of notice, for all the staff, but he'll notice when you're kind of going quieter or something seems up, and he'll pull you aside and he'll have that chat. And he doesn't force it out of you, but it's kind of, right, let me know so that I then can put stuff in place for you or help you out, or if you need kind of an extra half hour in the morning, or you need to leave a wee bit earlier for certain reasons, and we can work that out, you know what I mean? So there is a lot of support in place.
So
Even just between us,
that's
checking in, etc.
might be I'll do the heavy lifting for someone one day and then they do that, so we're all in it together.